What's good, yo? We back, RTTV.
What up?
Gang.
And it's your first time here. Definitely won't be your last.
Nah.
Make sure you kill, murder, and
Smash.
that subscribe button.
And make sure you head over to our Patreon. We got early info reactions
Yeah.
of shows like Naruto, One Piece, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and a whole lot more. And we got a yearly subscription. If you join up, you get a month for free. Join the fam.
And make sure you tune into our podcast on Spotify
Do that.
right now at RTTV for the full uncut album reaction of BTS B album. That's right. You get the video reaction here, but there's parts and there's a lot of dialogue that you guys don't get to see that we have to cut out due to copyright reasons. But Spotify gave us the opportunity to showcase BTS's album and showcase that the army could really promote and really make great content with BTS's music. And guys, make sure you go to Spotify right now, because the thing that's different about this podcast, you get to listen to the music with us, full songs with us live.
Ooh.
Well, not live, but full songs with us on Spotify. And also, guys, don't forget that it helps the streaming numbers to BTS. So if you want them to have the #1 record for big first week sales, watch this podcast, share it, tell all your army friends, and let this podcast be one of the biggest ones based on the BTS album.
Yeah.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Do that. Make sure you like this video. Let us know you rocking with BTS. And make sure our notification bell is ringing so every time we drop another BTS video, you know about it first.
And follow us on Twitch, RTTV5. We react to some of your favorite movies, TV shows, and play some of your favorite video games. So follow and subscribe.
And yes, guys, the link to the Spotify is in the link in the description below. And if you have Spotify, just search RTTV.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, we are back with the second project from BTS this year. B. The beginning of the year, they gave us dope records. They gave us a full project, but the boys weren't done. They're like, yo, we have to come back for the end of the year, because we know a lot of people going through some tough times.
Yeah.
But BTS loves to work and knows that their music impacts their friends. And I know they feel a certain way that they're not able to be on tour and showcase the music from all the projects they dropped this year. Like, not even be able to perform Dynamite in front of your audience.
I know.
But BTS, they gave us different virtual performances, gave us different music videos. They've been keeping us entertained during the quarantine. They had a BTS week on the late night, the Tonight Show.
And that shit was crazy. they upped the bar with that one.
So, yeah, this album is 8 songs. Dynamite was the first single, and it was their first English single. It went #1. It
Crazy.
dethroned WAP. Something that Pat and Evan were shocked could have happened.
Bro, I didn't think anything was better than forget it.
Something could be. Wow. Wow.
It's easily Patrick's favorite song.
But Joel knows lyric for lyric of that song, bro.
Nah,
I don't want to sing it. I don't want to sing it, but I do. But I did I love Dynamite too. So
Nah, Dynamite's a smack out. Like, even, what is it, in a Samsung commercial, I think it is? Yo, that shit's playing everywhere. Like, that's a song that I feel like impacted crazy. BTS, that's another banger, another banger.
And it was dope because it debuted at #1, and they were already the biggest boy band in the world. But this, if you didn't believe it, this made all the naysayers like, yeah, they could dominate in American culture. And the top acts, top hip hop artists, BTS is making an impact. Biggest record sales. Yo, man, enough talking though.
Yep.
We're about to get into the first track.
Ooh.
Track #1, which is the lead single. Make sure you check our reaction. Shout out to our Spotify listeners and our YouTube watchers. And let's get right into it. Track #1, Life Goes On.
Life goes on, Miles.
I'm pulling up my Rap Genius. Oh shit.
You had the groove going, yeah.
That was track #1, Life Goes On. And that record right there definitely is a perfect record for the times. Like, they adapt to their environment. I think the same people say, like, read the room. I think they read the room.
Yeah.
During all the election and everything that was going on in the country, COVID cases skyrocketing, and it's like, even the lyrics is like, yo, it seems like the world is shutting down. Like, things are not like it used to be. but when you were with the people you love, you gotta just work through it and know that life goes on. And I think that's what the record was really showcasing. And I think BTS was just like, yo, we really turned up a lot this year, but we just want y'all to know that it's good to sit back, relax, vibe, and get in a good, positive state of mind.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting because when we first heard the song and seen the video, like I was saying that how it feels like an outro song, but they put it as a first song. So I feel like it's like they put it in the beginning as like, yo, just know you about to enter like a comfort zone. It's like there's a place right here that like you can actually have people that relate to you and stuff, and then you can actually like, you know, let go of your feelings because, yeah, you're not the only one going through it, and like life goes on. So welcome to the album. You're gonna have a place like a safe place.
I feel like they're very strategic, like Robbie was saying. Like they read the room, they understood the situation on the whole world, and they decided to release a single like this. And normally, I feel like if I was in a situation like this, I'm not an expert in music, which is why I think I would make this mistake. But I feel like I would go with another hyphy track. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Dynamite worked really well. Let's follow up with something similar. But I feel like because they're the professionals that they are, they can follow up with anything they like. And because they understood the climate that we're in as a world, they knew that this single would work. And they put it as number one on their album. Knowing that, you know, if people are going to stream this album, they'll probably start with number one, and it's our next single. So, you know, we going number one, baby.
Yeah, I definitely think that one thing that's consistent with BTS, and one of the reasons I think they connect to their fans so well, is they're always thinking about what their fans are going through too, and how they can help their fans through what everybody's going through right now. So I think that's super dope. Like they can every like army can come to the BTS and like really feel like, yo, all right, they understand how we're going through it. They're going through it too. Yeah, life goes on.
And this is a perfect follow up track to Dynamite, because it's like we're gonna give you something hypey, then we're gonna slow it down for you guys to show you guys, to continue to show you guys the versatility of BTS.
Yep.
Facts. And that record was definitely fire. And we're about to get into the next record, which is Fly to My Room. And before we get into track number 2, fellas, what y'all think it might be, Fly to My Room?
I think it's like the perfect getaway song. Like sometimes I feel like this is what it's going to be about. I feel like Fly to My Room, when I hear that, I feel like I hear, this is what I need to do sometimes to get away from people, to collect my thoughts. I need to fly away to my room, to my own domain, to a place where I can be alone. That's kind of what I think of it.
I think it might be like a mini love story, like fly to my room, spend some time with me.
Ooh, Jerry.
So it's
like, is that where your mind at?
Fly to my room.
Is that what you tell your girls at the bar? Fly to my room.
Don't walk there, don't run there, fly.
Wings and yeah, but
oh, what?
I don't know.
So if they're birds, I feel you.
Wow. We about to get right into that record. Track number 2.
They're angels, they're not birds.
We about to get into that record, Fly to My Room.
Get my lyrics up real quick.
I like this. I like the dynamic between Jimin and V. Yeah, like Jimin has like that softer sound, and then V has that like a deeper voice, and it sounds good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a perfect contrast.
I like the beat.
I like the little bounce. Burn. I don't know if I should wave my lighter in the air or kind of dance with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Kind of gives me like a Bruno Mars vibe.
I can hear that.
Yeah, and it's still kind of like sticking with the concept of like, you know, losing like the time through coronavirus. Like I lost everything this year. I'm still in bed. A bloated stomach is slowly killing me. So it's like, yo, bloated stomach's probably just from eating a whole bunch of snacks and stuff like that, watching Netflix and shit. You feel me? And it's like I lost the year, and it's like, yo, flow to my room though, because I mean at the end of the day, I mean fly to my room because we both going through the same shit. Even if you're not right here, you can mentally fly to my room like. Do a call or FaceTime.
You tell all the angels to fly to your room.
Or they can be floating to their room because, You know what I'm saying? Their stomach is bloated. They're floating. You know what I'm
They're
saying?
like
Yeah. That 70s show in the basement. You feel
Yo,
me?
yo.
Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's what I do, but if I was watching that 70s show and somebody said that, that's kind of the
Yo.
idea I'm going for.
Songs fire.
Fly to my room.
I really
That
liked.
record right there was definitely a nice, smooth record. So far, the album, I feel like it's just, get in your car, drive slow, and just relax to the sounds of BTS. And this record right here, like I said, these first two songs is very in tune to what's going on right now. Like, a lot of people are depressed because they're in their room. A lot of people feel like they lost this year. But it's like you can't live in your depression, and sometimes use your room as a positive. Use it as an escape, because there's going to be a time when the world's open again, and you're not going to be able to have all that time to yourself. So I feel like fly to your room and enjoy it, because there might not never be a moment like that again.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think everybody has spent a lot more time in their room now than they expected to this summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if there's one thing this pandemic did do, I think it made people have to learn about themselves more. Like, you had to spend a lot more time not doing what you thought you could be doing. So, I feel like a lot of us had to fly to our room and find solace in something. You know what I mean?
And I feel that because even like in this verse where Sugar and J Hope, they're talking about like the room being too small to contain their dreams, but it's still the safest place. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I like it's a nice little contrast, because it's like we were forced to be in our room, and although you're a big believer in dreams, you have to get up, but you're forced to stay in. But it's still the safest place. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
how to really explain it, but there's like I can't chase my dreams without getting out of this room, but I have to stay here because it's the safest place. So
It's like a
protects my
paradox.
dreams.
yeah, exactly. So how do you make it work? And I like that.
Yeah.
They touched on that.
Yeah, like, I definitely agree with that, because even like flying to my room gets me out of my blues. This is my space. This is where I come to relax. I come to meditate. I watch TV. Like, I could like get my thought. Like, I could express my thoughts and brainstorm more ideas for myself to how I could be a better person. Evan made a good point on with COVID. The biggest thing with people being in their rooms is that you learn a lot about yourself, right?
Yeah.
And learning a lot about yourself comes with better self-care, reevaluation, like figuring out what you could do better. Like, some people are probably in their room, like if they took advantage of the time, they're in their room reading books, like educating their mind, stimulating their minds. You know what I'm saying? So when they come out of their room, they become that better person. But they can always come back to their room to brainstorm. Like, they won't be able to let out their ideas, but they'll still be able to brainstorm and generate their ideas from their safe space.
Yeah. This song is the definition of domain expansion.
Domain
Real shit.
expansion.
Expand your own domain and make it bigger than it actually is. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Refine your shit so nobody could try to expand your domain. What did they call that shit?
Yeah, don't overwhelm. Don't let anybody overwhelm your
Yeah,
own
that's right.
domain. All right, you are the master of your own domain.
Let them know, Evan. Shout out to Jujutsu no Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen, all right?
And this album definitely, so the theme of the whole album
Bless you.
was based on the corona. Like, the first album they dropped was just thinking how the world was really going to go. And I think the second album was just based on how the world is right now. And I think that's dope that they really are connecting to the time. So salute to them. And we're about to get into track number 3. Blue Gray.
Blue gray. That's like the saddest two colors.
Real shit.
Wow.
All right, V.
Ooh, all right, sugar.
Yeah, right. This is pocket right here.
Ooh. Flowing.
Nice snapping.
Hell yeah.
Yo, why is my boy so nice?
Because it's Sugar, Vanessa, the fly dresser.
Wow.
Yo, so
That
there's
was
officially 2 Vanessas and fly dresses. There's one in anime and there's one in K-pop. Sugar is the one in K-pop. Like the way he bodied that verse and flowed on it, it just shows the finesse, and we've seen him do it on tracks multiple times. And he is a fly dresser. He is the flyest person in BTS after all. So like, I mean, you can't take anything away from that. So shout out to the second Vanessa fly dresser, Suga.
I love how I feel like deep his verse is. So retrospective. He said like he said like, yo, I had a blue question mark in my head. Just the idea of having a blue question. And like blue's kind of like juxtaposed with the idea of like a depressing or a sad question that's looming over him. And he was like, he moves forward fiercely in his life, but then it's like he still battles the idea of him being lonely and regretful. So it's like the blue question is like, I'll move forward, but then while moving forward, why do I feel so lonely? Why do I feel so depressed? So it's kind of dope, like introspective thought, like going through his verse right there.
I feel you. And if you're fiercely moving forward, then what's there to regret? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right?
So yeah, I feel you. That's confusing, Sugar. I feel you, my nigga.
Battling some thoughts, man.
Yeah, and I feel like that this record right here is definitely an example of what this year has put a lot of people's mind state in, and I feel like, yo, it's not normal what has been going on, and what you're feeling is not normal. But I feel like it won't last, and everyone goes through blue and gray, but eventually blue and gray mixes into a new color.
That's peace.
What you're happy for, what you're grateful for, and trust me, every day will get brighter. Like the sun comes out, the sun will come out at the end of the day. At the end of the day, there's always the end of the day.
Wow, Jerry.
Yo,
if I was feeling sad, man.
yeah, that really got me out of it.
Yeah. Thanks, Jerry. Nah, but I feel you, Jerry, because I feel like you could really hear. I feel what you're saying, because I feel like basically what you were trying to say is that you could hear the sadness in their voice, and you was trying to lighten up the mood. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I could definitely hear that, especially in J-Hope and RM's verse, because I feel like they wake up. They say, today is a strange scene. Is it dull or is it broken? So like, because every day has been the same, it's either dull or broken, which is kind of the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I just can relate, and a lot of people can relate to their music, because this year has been trash for a lot of
Super
people.
trash
You know what I'm
for the
saying?
most part.
Every day's the
Yeah.
same, especially if you can't go to work, you can't go to school. You know what I'm saying? You're just stuck at home. Is it dull? Is it broken? You know what I'm saying? It's all the same shit. What's wrong on my day? Was it tomorrow gonna be better?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even BTS is going through it, and they're superstars. You know what I'm saying? So like, not everybody's been touched by what's going on in this world today, the coronavirus, COVID-19. So I could hear it in the music, BTS, and you know, it even affected you guys.
Yeah, I feel like the title like encapsulate the whole idea, like blue and gray. Gray is like the gray area. You feel me? Not knowing what's next.
Like, I'm
Like,
sad, but like then there's a gray area type
yeah,
shit.
exactly. I'm sad. I'm trying to understand like the gray area of like, when is this sadness gonna end, or like what can I use in the sadness to get me past it and stuff. So I like the the binary position of like blue and gray, because they kind of work hand in hand with each other.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are having a tough time, like in this, like mentally, like some people are losing their jobs, other people, for God forbid, like losing family members, like things like that. So I think it's a really tough time for a lot of people. And the biggest thing is like we're navigating something we've never seen. So like it's like the world is changing in front of you and you don't know what's going. Like there's really no time period on when you know it's over.
Yep.
Type shit. Like at the beginning it was like, oh, if we stop for 2 weeks, then it was like, no, another 2 weeks. All right, now we're gonna open a couple stores. Now we might have to close them down again. We're kind of watching this whole thing play out where you are uncertain of what your tomorrow is gonna be.
Facts.
So I think that's tough for a lot of people. So I definitely rock with the song a lot.
That gray area.
Yeah, and I feel like this album showcasing a whole different side of BTS because a lot of their music is more upbeat, up tempo, and I think some people be like, "Yo, this is just like a sad album. Like when you listen to it, it makes you sad." But I think it's not that. I think the point of the album is showcasing that BTS feels alone. BTS feels out of place. BTS feels like they wasted their year. BTS had plans that they wanted to accomplish, goals that they wanted to set. This album wasn't even planned on coming out this year, and everything had to adjust. And you don't know what plans they have in the future, how long they might be together for. And they had this like, yo, this set us back. You don't know how many years it could have set them back. And I think a lot of people are feeling it. People that had graduations, weddings, baby showers that they couldn't have. And I think the same thing with BTS. To them, that's probably equivalent to them going on tour.
Yep.
They dropped their album Map of the Soul 7 the beginning of the year, and everything was looking crazy. Tour sold out. We brought our tickets. We were excited to go. I think a lot of people were excited to be out there, and I think that's not how the world turned out. And BTS could have gave you an album today that was just all up tempo and stuff, but that's not where the world is right now. That's not the place they are at mentally. It's not all about dancing. It's not all about getting up, moving around. It's sometimes about being around the people you love, kicking back like we've seen in Life Goes On, and just appreciating the moment. Sometimes life is fast and sometimes life is slow. And I think this album, these first 3 tracks, and I already see the direction they're going in. And maybe in the end, we'll probably get a little up-tempo just to let the people know there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And blue and gray, remember, it makes a new color. Never forget that. ever. But, guys, so far in the album, how do you guys feel?
So far.
I agree. I do enjoy the album because, so far, because we don't normally get this side of BTS. Like I know they have songs that get a little mellow, but in the more recently, BTS has been more kind of a turn up vibe. Yep. Turn up. Who said that again? It was V. It was V, right? Yeah. It was more of a turn up vibe, dance, good feeling, and now they're just really letting you know how human they are with this album. So that's why I enjoy it.
Yep. It's like a vocal friend and guidance counselor. I get both from this album so far.
Yeah. I feel like BTS feels me. We're in the same, like, we feel some of the same things.
Facts.
Guidance counselor.
and we're about to get into the next 2 songs. Track number 4 and 5. 4 is Skit and 5 is Telepath. Let's get into it.
Sounds like a BTS run episode right here, yeah.
So they're celebrating being number 1 on somebody's birthday.
Yep.
You said, am I supposed to say that again?
I said they're celebrating being number 1 on somebody's birthday. I'm trying to read the lyrics on whose birthday it was. Oh, I think it was Sugar's birthday.
Happy birthday to the greatest, man.
So I guess that was just, you're right, them just celebrating that they went number 1 and celebrating a birthday.
Yep.
Yeah. They had a lot, even in a tough year, there's still stuff to celebrate. I think that goes for everybody. And we about to get into track number 5, Telepath.
Okay, here we go. This is the good side of it. Yeah. Happy side.
Wow.
Hyphy.
I like the mood. I like how they brained up. The mood.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like Robbie predicted it. He predicted the light at the end of the tunnel, and the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny with how they transitioned it too. It was like talking about like the things that could upset you through a pandemic. Then it was like, yo, but the great things happen too. Like we went #1. We're still celebrating. People are still hitting like another year. So we're always gonna celebrate your birthday.
Bounce. Jigger.
Just like that.
Just
the
like that.
album flips around. And yo, their life is really like a movie. Like you see, like even their album is started. I'm saying their life is more like a movie. You see how even the album it started off like a sadness, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like even the messages are trying to go like, yo, push through the sadness, because you know what I'm saying. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Just like this album, it started sad. Yeah, like we're in a depressing time, but even BTS's their plans were hindered. You know what I'm saying? And they kept working, and they got their #1 song this year. You know what I'm saying? They celebrated it on that skit, and just like that. Just like when the sadness comes, the happiness is soon to come too. So just keep pushing, keep fighting, don't give up.
Yeah, it's kind of structured like a story. Like the beginning of the story, they were going through it. They were hurting. Like there wasn't much good going around them, right? And then boom, they get a #1. It's like what? We forgot we're BTS. Like
I feel like even with this record too, I feel like the production, like the whole 70s theme, like is in this. Like, and I feel
for
like
sure.
Seeing that Dynamite was the last record on the album, that's why I knew that it had to go through that direction. I think that's the whole year. I think this record, Telepath, is just like everyone can be telepathic, meaning like we can understand one another. Meaning like this year we all went through some shit, but the thing with the human race and humankind is we always learn to survive and adapt. So in the beginning, I feel like the album was nigga. We didn't expect any of that shit. So everybody was in the loop. Like people have birthdays, weddings they had to go to, they had to get canceled and stuff. And then boom, you adapt, you adjust to the times, because that's how humankind is. We always learn to survive and adapt, and that's them surviving, adapting, still getting the #1 record, still celebrating life. And I think the second part of the album is like, yo, don't ever stay in a depressed state for a long time, because it always is lay at the end of the tunnel.
In the words of Sir Jermaine Cole, I saw a baby crying. Seconds later, he laughed. The beauty of life, the pain never lasts.
Snap it up for this
God.
poet, man.
Damn.
Jermaine Cole.
Jerk.
Where would we be if you wasn't here to say that, Evan? We're about to get into track #6, Disease.
Without a J. Cole bar, that's what we'd be.
You ready for that? Come on, bro. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, that sounds like J-Hope.
that is J-Hope.
It is? Oh, I already knew. Oh, he's really going in, bro. The man.
Sound like Eminem.
I was about to
You
say
got
the
way
same.
too many napkins.
Woo. I just want to let you know that my boy J-Hope, the way he opened that song, you felt it, boy. I already knew it. As soon as I heard his voice, I'm like, yo, hold on. That sound like J-Hope, nigga. Hold on. Killing shit, boy.
J. Hope.
I love how it pretty much talks about like, yo, regardless of what, no matter what I'm going through, even if I have like anxiety, I'm still hungry for what I want. So I'm still gonna go after what I want. And like I'm seeing that a lot. I'm seeing that a lot in J Hope's verse, and I'm getting that from the song. It's like, yeah, I may be sick, but guess what? I'm hungry, and I'm gonna go get this no matter what.
Still gonna get this work.
Yo, the title. I just really think they're really just playing off of what's going on, like disease and people being sick, and it's just I think a play on life.
Picked up crazy, yo. It sounds like a whole Broadway production, yo. Ooh, you see that?
Oh, let the instruments break down real quick. Oh shit. Yeah, they definitely needed that skit right there. That transition was like crazy into the upbeat joints.
That was up tempo, good vibes. Like I said earlier, I feel like BTS is definitely playing off of I like artists that write what's going on. Like I like because that just shows that your pen game is current and you could write your life. And I think this song, Disease, the way they were like, yo, am I sick? Meaning sick in a different sense, not physically
literally
being sick. But then again, also they were saying at the same time, I'm sick and tired, which could make me feel this type of sickness. And I just think that there's people that probably mentally felt like they were sick. Like, yo, some people probably thought they had a cold when they didn't have a cold. People probably thought everything like, yo, you coughed on me, shit, boom, I got COVID. And I think it's just people are paranoid. And I kind of feel like the song was kind of them also being paranoid in a sense, but also getting over it.
Yeah, and I feel you. Like this one is just like, because it's so relatable, and we seen that with the first couple tracks, with them expressing themselves of how they were kind of going through what the world's going through. Like I feel like it gives hope to a lot of us that were feeling that same way, or still feel that same way at the beginning of the album. Because if they kept listening, they'll see that things get better. Even you can hear that sonically. I don't have to understand what they're saying to understand the flow of how this album is going. And I feel like me, without even reading it and shit, could understand that message in you if you're feeling the way that they've been feeling, and the kind of vibes that you were getting at the beginning of this album. Like it is gonna get better for you. So you just have to have that hope. Just like J Hope said in this song, he was like, hold on, I want to read it because I feel like I really resonated with that shit.
Nah, I feel you.
Even if I scream, I'm hungry for achievements every day. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I'm going through shit, I'm still hungry for me to achieve things. And you guys got to feel that same feeling. Shout out to my boy J Hope.
Yeah, shout out to BTS for being transparent, because they're saying that like even like them try to like be like courageous and try to help people. They have their moments where they feel like there's a disease of cowardice. Like they get shy of trying to step up and try to like, help people through their moments, because it's hard to be vulnerable and help people through vulnerable moments. So I like how they're very open about like the challenges where it comes to like try to help people and try to like be like transparent yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And especially, and that's real life, because you don't know what that person is going through at that time. So sometimes like people aren't the easiest to communicate with when they are going through it. So like that could, and even so too, sometimes like if you try to help certain people, depending on what type of space that they're in, that could have a negative effect on you too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like that, I understand why they're talking about how, okay, sometimes it could be hard to get people through these hard times, because
you're going through your own shit.
You're going through your own
so it's
shit.
hard to be that.
And on top of that, it's like you could get affected by this too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is gonna be a dope. Like, I feel like there's certain albums that bring me back to a time, and I feel like this is gonna be one of those albums that for like 2020, this is really gonna sum it up type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely fuck with it for that.
We about to get in track number 7. Stay.
Stay with me.
That's the last one.
Then there's one more. Dynamite.
I think the last one is Dynamite.
Ooh.
Beautiful. I love the build up on this right here, yo.
Who's that?
It sounds like
My
your boy.
bias.
Nah, this shit fire.
Stay. Woo. It sounds like Skrillex could have been on this right here, yo.
This is a fire track. I love how it's pretty much saying, hey, no matter where you are, like, hey, you're always still with me. Because I love you. I really want it.
I love you.
That beat was fire, yo. That definitely gives me Vegas vibes, or Dayglow, or Pink Glow, or throwing something on it.
Pink glow, nigga. Say,
Living
yo.
in pink.
I don't even know which one that is, but
And I like the rap and the hook, the rap and the singing back and forth.
Yeah.
You could say, like, I like that. Like, it was like aggressive, and then a nigga was singing it. It was like, stay, 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 stay. So I definitely like that record, and I feel like, yo.
Talk to him.
Wow.
Damn, I love the piano in it. I know my boy Sugar Pie did the piano right there. Piano.
Piano.
This piano.
That was a really great record.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sounded different from the other two up-tempo
Mhm.
records. Because I feel like
Yeah.
the first two sounded very 70s. Dynamite, which is the last sound 70s. So I'll say out of the 5 up-tempo records, 3 of them sounded 70s. And this record was the one that sounded different, but it was still good energy, good vibes. And I just feel like I feel like this is like
That song made me smile though. I love that song.
Yeah.
that's a good record, man.
I feel like
Yeah.
that was another one for the army, yo. Like, yo, you can always, like, we're always gonna stay together.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We're always gonna be a group. We're always gonna be a family.
Even
Stay.
during quarantine with all the concerts being canceled, like we're still here for y'all. We're still doing it. for
Y'all
y'all.
seen BTS
We're
week?
still- we're
You can't
still-
stop us.
Yes.
What? Come
You can't
on, man.
defend us. What?
Because
But,
we are on fire. We are fucking dynamite.
You
like
feel
the
me?
last track
Yes,
on this
sir.
album. Make sure you check out our reaction. Make sure you check out our dance video. This song gives you so much good vibes. Michael Jackson vibes, 70 vibes. Guys, I'm ready. I don't have to tell you because I already know this one's on your playlist.
Yes, sir.
But after this last song, we'll let you know what songs to definitely add on your playlist. Let's get into it, fellas. Track number 8, the last track, Dynamite.
Shining through the city with a little funky sound. Like dynamite. Oh.
If you want the full reaction,
Come on.
go on Spotify right now.
It's Liddy.
RTTV.
RT.
And guys, that was the B album.
Yes, sir.
And now, guys, make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you go follow and subscribe on Spotify right now. Because this is the part
Yes,
where
sir.
we let you know what to add to your playlist.
Yes, sir.
Because you know, with our podcast show, this is songs to add to your playlist. And fellas, for me, Off Rip stays going in there. Dynamite was already going there. I think out of all the sad songs, I would go with the first one. Like, nah, I lied. I think I'll go with Fly in My Room. I'll add that to my playlist, and Telepath. So Stay, Telepath, and Life Goes On are the top 3 songs from Rob. That if you're gonna pick any of these songs, those are the top 3 songs I'll say to add to your Spotify list.
I like this ease. Definitely adding that. Definitely should add that to your Spotify playlist. I agree with Robbie too with Telepath. And yeah, my favorite sad song too is Fly Away. It's Fly Away. Fly to My Room.
Fly away.
2, definitely add that to your playlist.
Yo, definitely add telepathy because it's not telepath, but it's a different story.
So
But yo, wait a
why
minute.
didn't you say that the whole time?
Because I didn't read it. Like I was like not reading it myself.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, what you call it? If I had to pick 3 songs that are gonna be my favorite off here so far, Dynamite still got heavy rotation. So Dynamite definitely is one of them. Life Goes On is the other one for me, the intro track. And then I'm gonna stay Blue and Gray is my third one, man. I really like Blue and Gray too.
I'm on some shit. You need to add the whole album on your fucking playlist.
You definitely need to do
Yeah,
that,
because
bro.
you need to like this whole album is like a playlist. Because I feel like I could. This is like I'm gonna just put it in for people that are just listening on audio. This is like if you're feeling like you're in a bad mood or having a bad day, you could start this album, and by the end of it, you're gonna have a much better day. It's like I keep this picture of my ugly little cousin on my phone, so like when I'm feeling like bad, I just look at it and like laugh. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling like that's like one of them type of shits. For people listening, just picture your ugly little cousin, and you know what I'm talking about.
You
know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean,
big.
he's not ugly no more. You know what I'm saying? He grew up. He's a handsome young man now. You know what I'm saying? But he was an ugly little boy. So like that's you look at it, you laugh, and you feel a lot better. And that's what I feel like this album does. Started from beginning, finish it, and I feel like it'll really brighten your spirits. So that's why I encourage you guys to put the whole thing on a playlist or just listen to it as a playlist, because I feel like it'll really help a lot of you guys out there.
Yeah.
And the thing about having your ugly little cousin in your phone is that you still love your cousin at the end of the day, so you could laugh with like Joy
It's
and-
really just a picture of you, Jerry.
But I'm older than you. I'm older than you.
Yeah, how do I follow up with that? My boy said this album reminds you of your ugly little cousin. But I'll say
picture of
a
my
picture.
ugly,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, yeah, but I'll say yeah, I agree with Wells. It's definitely a playlist type of album. You're gonna get a whole different type of vibes. Personally, my standout is Blue and Gray. My melancholic vibes definitely kicked in with this right here. So
There's
yeah.
light-skinned vibes.
Melancholic.
Definitely shout out to all our listenership on Spotify. Thank you to all our YouTubership, whatever you want to call it, watchership. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support. Let's get these numbers up, guys. Let's get BTS streaming going crazy. Make sure you help support us on Spotify with this podcast and show Spotify that K-pop BTS content is worth having a podcast show about.
Facts.
RTTV right now. And if it's your first time here, I promise you definitely won't be your last. So make sure you kill, murder, and
Smash
that subscribe button. I go by the name Robcityrt, the Haitian Prince. You can check out our hip-hop playlist, our K-pop playlist, our BTS playlist. The link in the description below. We also have rock, pop, Bollywood, and a lot of international music. If there's a genre we haven't gotten into, make sure you follow and DM us so we can get into that. Again, I am the Haitian Prince, that hip-hop guy, that rock guy, that K-pop guy.
Yo, that's the music guy.
Check out our musical playlist. Shout out to all my Haitians. Sac passe na boule pied. Haitien compé.
Yes, sir, man. Patricrt. Make sure you run up these streams, run up the views, do everything to support the gang, man. They deserve it.
Yo, it's your boy Wells, the Anime King. Make sure you follow me at Wells_RT.
Get him, Rose.
Guys, I'm telling you, if you don't have that ugly little cousin and a picture of him or her to look at to brighten your days, make sure you listen to this album. I'm telling you, it is something that is passed down on my family that we do. And if you don't have that, then make sure listen to this album from beginning to end. It will brighten, it will lift your spirits. I'm telling you, I feel so much better. And they ended off with a dynamite. You know what I'm saying? That's the perfect way to start an album. They went from the really sad song in number one. I mean, which was Life Goes On. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a really sad title. And then it goes all the way to Dynamite.
I have a question, dog.
What?
So you said it's passed down to your family. Like, is that picture passed down to your family, or do you guys all select?
Nah,
the
Joel
ugly
once
cousin?
been that
Joel
ugly
was
little
one-
cousin.
Joel was one-
Like
Like,
10
how
years
did-
ago, Joel was the big-headed ugly cousin.
It's all
That's
good.
it.
It's all good. I'm glad I could help somebody.
Yeah.
Yo, it's a man, the myth, the maniac, Wilkins_RT. Make sure you guys run up the streams for this album. Definitely an amazing journey. Definitely a great structured album. Definitely is going to be on my playlist. I hope it's on yours. Check us out on Spotify. Follow, subscribe to the YouTube. You know what it is. Gang.
Yo, my boy Joel was the original baby picture of B, like the original personification of this album before it came out. That's crazy, yo. What's good, man? I go by the name of DC. Follow me on the Instagram, DCZ_RT. Yo, if my family's doing that with my baby picture, I'm gonna find y'all, yo.
And that settles it at
The Round Table.